Okay. Now, here, Macbeth, again, has been speaking to the murderer. The murderer exit, and then Lady Macbeth arrives. I go, oh Lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold that is not often vouched. While 'tis a making, 'tis given the welcome to feed, we're best at home. From thence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Meeting, there were bare about it. And here, the sauce to meat is ceremony. All right. And we got this idea that he really needs to liven things up. Okay. This is meant to be in a celebratory dinner. All right. This is what it is. Okay. And this is like a celebration. It's meant to be a celebration of his kingship, okay, in this feast. All right. And here, Macbeth's. And we'll call that peripetia, okay. His reversal of fortune begins. Okay. The ghost of Banquo sits in Macbeth's place. Now, at the moment he doesn't see this, this is actually how we say for the audience are watching Banquo's ghost. Okay. In some versions, there is a real ghost, you know, someone painted white, and some there are not. But I think it's good for the audience to see the ghost. And that is there because obviously the murderer exits, but the ghost of Banquo appears. We've just talked about that. And it's like a nemesis, okay? So if we consider that, okay, Banquo is his nemesis, all right? Well, he's got two, okay? In a sense, he's a spiritual nemesis, okay? That nemesis is very poorly written. All right. So we have Banquo entering his Macbeth's spiritual nemesis. And then he begins. Sweet remembrancer. Now good digestion with an appetite and health on both. All right. So quickly, he's turned around and remember again, he's playing a role. And we've got that equivocation again because he's pretending to be merry when he's not. You see what I mean? He realizes that his plans have been scotched. Okay. So equivocation again, and that idea. Yep. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. I haven't done the tragic hero. All right, so the tragic hero consists of several elements. The first is the hamartia. Did we talk about hamartia? Yeah. The hamartia is the fatal flaw, all right? And the fatal flaw can be hubris, it can be vaulting ambition, it can be kind of credulousness. But what happens is they go through, it's like a process. And after they've made that decision, it tends to be on a decision that has catastrophic, not just bad consequences, catastrophic consequences. All right. So the next part of that, after they've made that decision, it doesn't happen immediately, but after a period of time, they suffer what's known as a reversal of fortune. And it's called peripetia. It's where all of a sudden he's the king, and people think, well, Macbeth, there you go, you know, and then the next thing, you're a filthy, disgusting murderer. Do you see what I mean? And so that it happens pretty quick. Because now people start to realize that something is really wrong. Oh, Banquo's not here. And then, who are you talking about? Oh, that's weird. And they start to put two and two together. Yeah? All of these things. And this is the beginning of his peripetia. His downfall. It's the downfall. Okay? And then it finally ends up with, later on, a term called agnorisis. And agnorisis is the realization the character has, that what he's done, he is responsible for. He understands his own hamartia. It's a way of kind of self-realization that, yeah, it was me. I can't blame the gods. I can't blame. And there's a sense of ownership of that. Macbeth does that so well. His own neurosis is quite parallel, but quite beautiful too, because he really is an incredibly smart man. He's not stupid. He does a really stupid thing. But yeah. There's different ways of, some people, some teachers just say, oh, he's a monster, blah, blah, blah. I don't. I see him as quite human. It's easy to dehumanize him. And the tragic hero means that where we cannot condone or ever kind of understand what he did, we can at least realize he was a human being and that we cannot really judge him. Okay? It's perfect to you. And Nemesis is kind of like the cat. I'll talk with it more. It'll become clear, and I apologize for that. Okay. That went on a little bit long. So I'm just gonna